All right, welcome to another episode of the Entrepreneur Insider Secrets podcast. Today we're going to be talking about how to attract and retain your ideal clients. Now, obviously, this is rather important in the world of building your business and something that we all need to be really adept at and be good at. And so what we're going to be talking about today is how to identify those people, because again, when there's 8 billion people on planet Earth, we all have to come to grips with the fact that 99% of them aren't going to need or want what you're offering. And that's okay. That is perfectly fine, because if you can have 1,000 people out of the 8 billion who are saying yes to what you're doing, you can build a very strong business. And that's a very, very small percentage of the world that's out there. But our tendency is to think like, hey, I need to appeal to a broad audience to get as many people as possible to have an interest in what I'm doing. As we're thinking of big mega brands, right? Like Pepsi and Coke and Procter and Gamble with all of their brands. And so I want to appeal to as many people as possible. But even those brands know that each one of their brands, that's why there's not just Coke or just Pepsi. They have Coke, Diet Coke, caffeine-free, Sprite, Mountain Dew, all of these different brands, because they know that not everyone just likes Coke. Not everyone likes just the same thing. Everyone has a different thing that appeals to them and that they would rather have. So what you have to understand is no matter how big that brand may be, there's no brand, there's no product, there's no service that appeals to everyone. It's impossible, because you may find this product, you may find this service, you may say, this is the greatest thing in the world, I love this. And the next person may walk up to it and go, not for me. It's just because we're all very unique. We're all very different. We're all very, we all have our own tastes. We all have our own needs, our own desires. And the things that appeal to me may not very well appeal to the next person. So we have to keep this in mind all the time, because when we get too broad, when we're running out there trying to please too many people to make it of interest to as many people as possible, what we really say to our ideal client is, I'm not really serving you. I'm not really focused in on you. I'm not really here for you. I'm just here for anybody that'll give me money. And that does not appeal to your market. So what you have to do, and what ends up happening, is you will actually attract the wrong kind of client. And this is, especially when you're in a coaching type of business, this is a recipe for disaster. If you want to be absolutely honest, this is an absolute recipe for headache upon headache. And if you've coached for a while at all, and you've taken on a client, and that client, after a while, became very clear that this is not my ideal client. This client is a headache. This client is always complaining, always a problem. They're never happy, no matter how hard I work for them. They don't take action. They don't do the things that I ask them to, that I give them to do, that I know are going to be good for them, that I know are going to help them. And this is just a drain on my time. This is a drain on my energy, my resources, and I'm not enjoying coaching this person. I'm not enjoying working with them. And so this becomes a very common thing. It becomes a very common issue. And so how do you avoid that? Well, you have to know exactly who your ideal client is. And you have to target them with everything that you're doing in your marketing and in your messaging. So first of all, how do you do that? How do you identify who that ideal client is? Well, there's always the demographics, right? The things that you can say right up front. Are you, I know a lot of women who are creating businesses, and the things that they are going for are, they're trying to help other women, and they're trying to help other women in other aspects of their life, and they feel very much comfortable in that space of, helping other women. So if you know that, then make your marketing towards women. If you're, running there are people out there that do different types of activities to build up men, to make them stronger, to make them better. And if that's the case, then make your marketing towards men. If it doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter. But if you're in an age group, or if you're in a certain part of the country, or if you're more adept to people who live in more rural areas or more urban areas, these are all the things that you need to ask yourself. You need to paint that picture of this person that is your ideal client. Who is the person that you are ideally suited to serve? Who is the person that perfectly fits you? Who is that person that when you look at this and go, yes, that's it. That's the person that I want to help. That's the person I want to serve. Okay, you describe that. And then once you understand those demographic things, you move on to the psychographics, which is the way they think. So what do these people want? What is it that is driving them? What's the pain point that they're struggling with? What's bothering them? What's a struggle for them? Where are they having difficulty? Where are the things that are causing them struggle in their life? And know that. What do they want? What's stopping them? What are their dreams? What are their desires? What would be the ultimate best outcome for them if they were to say, yes, if I had this, it would be amazing. This would make me so happy. Okay, let's put all those things on there. And what type of solutions do they like to do? Do they like to go on retreats? Do they like to have a day or two on a retreat to go out and work together? Do they like to take a course? Do they like to work on an individual independent self-study basis? How do people in this environment like to operate? Do they like to have a community? So understanding all of these things will help you understand how you can craft a solution for your audience, how to craft your marketing, how to speak to them. Because when you do that, when you know your clients so well, when they hear you talking, they're immediately going to go, hey, you understand me. You get me. You know what I'm trying to do. You understand what I'm trying to achieve. And so what they're going to do is like, I want to work with you because you're exactly the right person for me. You're exactly the person that can help me. So, and what's going to happen is when you start getting these clients value you. They value the contribution that you're making in your life. They value the input that you have. They value the difference that you're making for them. And so they're going to pay you because they don't want to lose you. They're going to refer other people to you. They're going to be a good client. They're going to be attentive when you're working with them. They're going to be, energized. They're going to take action when you come up with the next action steps for them. They're going to do the thing. So when you have that, when you're finding that, you go, that's my ideal client right there. That's the person that I am really suited to work with because look at the results. Look at their attitude. Look at their engagement. Look at how they are when I work with them. This is the type. I need more of this type of person because they're ideally suited to work with me. And again, they will be the ones who are going to refer other people to you. They're the ones that are going to say, hey, come over here. You should work with this person because I am, and it's amazing, and it's wonderful, and it's exactly what I need. So some of the things, that you can do to attract those people. So you might be saying, okay, that's great. How do I start attracting to those people? Well, again, this all starts with your marketing. And again, marketing is just communicating the value of who you are, communicating the value of what you're doing. It's communicating what you're about. And so when you start speaking directly to your ideal client's pain points and desires, when you start speaking to exactly what it is, what their dreams are, what they're trying to achieve, their ears perk up. They sit there and say, whoa, wait a minute. That's what I want. If you've ever been in a store and you looked at something on the shelf and you go, that is exactly what I've been looking for. Or maybe you're searching around on Amazon for something and all of a sudden you go, that's it. That's what I need. That's exactly what I'm looking for. That's exactly the solution I was hoping for. That's what I need right there. Bam. And now it's a very easy decision to buy. Well, that's exactly how your ideal client feels. When you are speaking their language, when you are talking to them in such a way that they, that they immediately go, wow, this is amazing. This is impressive. This is, exactly what I want. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So that they make buying a very easy decision for them. And if you want easy sales, you want easy buying decisions, this is how you do it. You speak directly in the language of your ideal client. You speak directly to their dreams, to their fears, to their hopes, to their desires, and you speak exactly what they're looking to hear. They're looking at it going, wow, yes, that's it. That's what I want right there. And then the second step to it is to make sure you're speaking in the right place. We have all been in those moments where we were in the wrong room. We were talking to a group of people and we're saying the same types of things that we've said in the past, but the people are just looking at us like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're even referring to here. This is just, I don't get it. I don't understand it. And then the next time you're in a different room talking to a different group of people and they're just swarming you because they're like, whoa, wow, wait a minute. What did you just say? That's amazing. And you're saying essentially the same thing. So this is also true online. When you are marketing, when you're putting your information out, when you're putting your content out, you need to know, where are my audiences? Where are my people? Where are the ones that are going to listen to what it is that I'm doing? Because those people are the ones that I'm trying to attract, because and so it's like going fishing and you have the right bait, you have the right strategy, you have the right skill, but you're fishing in the wrong pond. And if you're fishing in the wrong pond, you're not going to catch the fish that you're going for. But if you go to a different pond, suddenly where those fish are, suddenly all your skills, all your messaging, all that matters. So know where your audience is, know where they are online, know what environment you need to put yourself in to find your clients. Because if you know where they are and you have the right message, now you're a significant percentage of the way down the road to being successful. And then while you're there and you're now in front of the audience because you found the places online or in person where these people are, when you found them and you're there, now you need to, and you're making these claims now that I work with so-and-so, these types of people to help them get this result. The next thing you need to do is you got to have a little evidence. You got to have a little backup. You got to have a little bit of social proof. You got to have some testimonials, some case studies, some results to back things up. To even if the results aren't, even if you're just getting started out, and let's say you're just getting started out and this is a new thing for you, right? You're just like, I don't have any clients yet. I don't have any results. Well, what have you done for yourself? Maybe there's some things that you've done for yourself and look what I've done. Or look what I've been able to achieve. And you can do it without sounding like you're thumping your chest or without sounding like, oh, hey, look at me. I'm so amazing. I'm so special. No, you can do this without that. You can just say, hey, look, matter of factly, this is what I was able to do. And if you'd like me to help you do the same thing, well, then here's how we can do it. And so these are all things that can work. These are all things that we can do. And so we have to align ourselves with that. We have to align ourselves with our messaging. We have to align ourselves with the space that our audience is in. And then we got to leverage our authority. We got to leverage our ability to show that, yes, we can do this. We have the authority. We have the skill set. We have the ability to do this. We have proof. This isn't just me blowing smoke. We have proof. And then how do we retain those clients and turn them into advocates over time? So one of the things that we can do is, we can, once we get them on as clients, one of the very most important things that we can do right out of the gate is we need to create a very seamless experience for them to get started. If we start them out working with us and they're confused and they're lost and they don't know where to go and they don't know where to start and they don't know what to do, then we're not off to a great start. And you may have all the best material, you maybe created all sorts of great resources, created all such great systems, but if they don't know how to access them, they don't know how to use them, and it may not be your fault, but maybe they just need a little hand holding. Maybe they need a little bit of, how do we get them started? How do we make it easy for them? Maybe it's an onboarding call. Maybe it's something that will show them how to get started and set some expectations for how they can get a quick win. Give them that initial start point and say, hey, if you're looking to get a quick win and to get something started really quickly, here's what you need to do. And in doing so, all of a sudden now they get the process, they understand the process, and they're starting to get results. The faster you can start getting some people results, the more loyal they're going to be, the more excited they're going to be to work with you, because they're just going to be, absolutely, amped that, hey, this is going to be, my opportunity, and I'm all of a sudden getting results. This is what I've been wanting for so long, and now it's starting to happen. These things are starting to happen for me, and as a result, they're going, oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is it. It's really happening. It's really starting to move for me. I'm actually getting closer and closer to my dream of whatever that dream may be. So getting them off to a great start is hugely important in this process to get them there. And then check in with them over time. Make sure that if you want to create that amazing experience, there needs to be check-ins. There needs to be times when you're working with them, when you're offering support, when you're doing different things. And that's where, like, a lot of times, how we do a lot of these things are we have people that come in, and we have an entire, in our Design, Launch, Grow program, we have an entire course with everything, showing you exactly how to do everything that you need. And then we have weekly calls, and we're constantly, then people can come in and they can check and they can talk to us and ask questions, and we can help them get clear on things, showing them what to do, showing them how to do things. And so we're continuing to help them and continue to add value to them. So, like, okay, now I'm at this stage. Can you help me with what I need to do next, with what I want to do for the next step? And so we need to make sure that we're adding that in. So they're feeling supported. They're feeling encouraged. They're feeling like they're getting what they need on an ongoing basis. And so they have that personal touch. They know that you care. They know that you're invested in their journey. They know that you're helping them. They are, getting what all the tools and resources that they need are there for them. They just need to keep taking steps. They need to just keep moving forward and doing the things that they're doing. They follow the plan, follow the steps, keep doing the things. And then once you have that, what you've created are just brand advocates. What you end up creating is just a group of people that are so excited, that are so happy with everything that you've done, with the results that they've gotten, with the things that they've been able to achieve, that they're going to be happy to give you reviews. They're going to be happy to give you testimonials, to allow you to do a little marketing case study on them, to allow you to sit there and say, this is amazing. This is incredible. Look at what I was able to do. I did the thing that I was trying to do. And what ends up happening as well is, if you have a community in particular, if you have a community where the people, like, you do group calls, and you do regular group calls where people get on with each other, they can all talk. And when the energy of the people that are really succeeding starts to infect those calls, and I mean infect in the most positive way possible, when those people on the calls are just like, wow, this is exactly it. I'm doing it. I'm succeeding. I'm following the plan. It's working. Everything's going great. I'm so amped. I'm so excited. All of this is working. What's going to happen to the other people on the call? They're going to get this jolt of belief. They're going to get this energy. They're going to get this feeling like, oh my goodness, yes, this is exactly it. I have to do that too. I have to keep taking the same steps that this person did and what that person did. Clearly, there's evidence all around me. So that keeps the clients loyal. That keeps the clients working. That keeps them coming in and working and doing things And they just feel like, I got to stay engaged in this. I got to keep doing it because look, it is happening for these other people. And if I stay with it, if I keep working, and if I keep following the plan as it's laid out in front of me, I'm going to get there too. And this is just an amazing, amazing experience. And these clients will start to even encourage each other. They'll start to support each other. In our publishing company that we ran for many years, we saw this all the time. Is that we would have group calls, and one person would get on a call, and they would start encouraging another person, and they would start encouraging the next person. And, everyone would just be like, wow, thank you so much. You're like, I know I was struggling with that too. I was fearful of this. I was struggling with that. I didn't think I could do it, but then I just took the step and it happened. So you can do it too. And all of a sudden, these people are feeling supported. They're feeling encouraged. They're feeling alive. And they're feeling like, I can do this. I can achieve this. I can make this happen. And so it just becomes this incredible movement of your clients. And if your marketing is good and you're targeting the right people, what you're going to do is you're going to build this audience of people that have a lot in common. They're all moving in a similar direction. They're all pointed in a same type of towards the same similar type of goal. And so they start to feel like, I'm in this community. I'm in this group. I'm in this place where I'm with my people. I'm with the people that get me. I'm with the people that understand me. I'm with people that they know what I'm trying to do. They support it. They're doing it too. And suddenly, especially like for what we do, which is teach people how to start their own small business, especially in that community, being an entrepreneur can be a very lonely thing. When you have a vision, you have a dream for your business, and you're the only one that really gets it, that really sees it, that really has that vision and idea of what it is that you're trying to do, and you're trying to get other people excited about it, but it's always on you to get the work done. It's always on you to build the business. It's always on you to do the thing. Then other people, a lot of times, don't get as excited, and you feel very alone. But when you're in a community, when you're with other people, when you're with another group, and these people are all alike, and they all feel the same way, they all dream the same way, they're all thinking the same way, all of a sudden you feel like, whoa, I'm not alone. I'm with this amazing group. I have these amazing people in my life. They make me feel like I'm a part of something bigger. They make me feel cared for. And I have all the support I need. I'll have all the tools that I need. I'll have all the structure that I need. And I'm able to just do the work that I need so that I can achieve the goals that I'm trying to achieve. And I feel confident that I'm going to get there. And this is exciting and this is amazing. And as a result, I don't want to leave. And so your clients stay and they refer people and they bring more people like them. And it starts to just build and build and build on itself. And it starts to become this amazing situation where your clients are absolutely just building your business for you in a lot of ways. They're referring people, they're bringing people in. And it's not just that they're bringing people in, they're bringing in your ideal client. They're bringing in exactly who it is that you're trying to reach, exactly who it is that you're trying to get to. So to wrap things up, I just want to say that, attracting and retaining your ideal client isn't luck. It happens by design. It happens with intention because you know who your ideal client is. And if you don't know who your ideal client is, you need to spend some time doing that. And obviously we in Design, Launch, Grow have all sorts of tools to help you figure that out, to get abundantly clear, to get really, really sharpened up of exactly what it is that your ideal client, who that person is, and what are they like. And so then how do you speak to them? If you know how to speak to them, then you know how to connect with them, and you know how to have that relationship with them so they will be interested in working with you. Then you know how to find them and how to locate them, and then you know how to give them comfort and confidence that they should work with you. That yes, if you work with me, this is a good thing. This will end up good. This will end up in a good place. And then you just build that relationship. As you start to work with them, you keep them engaged, you keep them coming back, you keep them involved. And that relationship building just strengthens the bond. And then again, when people go up to them and say, hey, I was thinking about joining the XYZ program. What do you think of that? And if they feel like this is exactly where I want to be, this is amazing, they're going to say, yes, join, be a part of it, do it. But if they have a bad experience and they didn't feel like they connected, like it wasn't where they belong, they're going to say, nope, I don't want to be there. Don't do it. Save your time, save your money. So you see how powerful this is. You see how getting that ideal client located, getting that ideal client picked, getting that ideal client identified, put together, and all pulled in is so important, because then you're building a community of the right people. And when I say right people, it's not that other people are bad people, but we're not, I'm not ideally suited to work with everyone. You're not either. You're not ideally suited to work with the other person either. So the end of the day, what you can do is you're going to build this community where you're going to have clients that you love to work with. You're going to build clients that are perfect for you to engage with. And when you know exactly how to do this, all of a sudden you're just attracting the right person, the right person, the right person, the right person. And if occasionally you do get a person that isn't the right person, they'll weed themselves out. They will eventually just go, you know what? I don't belong here. And you're like, you're right. You don't. And I don't mean that to be mean, but this isn't where you belong. This isn't the right place for you. This isn't the right space for you. So what you can do is, you can do this in such a way where your messaging attracts these people, gets the right people, pulls the right people in. And when you know who that is, you know how to bring them in. Now you start to bring in this clientele that is exactly what you want, exactly who you want, and is going to start being this perfect little community for you. And that's why, we say in Design, Launch, Grow, where we help people build the business of their dreams, serving the clients that they love. That's really is it. And when you know how to get your marketing right, that's exactly what happens. Is that you start doing the thing that you love to do, helping people, and you're doing it with people who are ideally suited for you, who are your perfect ideal clients. So if you'd like help figuring this out for yourself, I would encourage you to check out designlaunchgrow.com. That's where we are. That's our business, how we help and how we work with people. And if we can help you, we would love to do so. And otherwise, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you again in the next episode. Take care, everybody.